Hey YouTube gun people, I want to do a video today about some observations I've made watching really good shooters versus just regular shooters. And some of the things I think that separate the really good guys from the average guys. You know, there's definitely physical ability and dedication to the sport and practicing and everything that goes with the dry fire drills. But one thing I've definitely noticed is the people that tend to do really well and are the top shooters that I know are really people that seem to pay a great deal of attention to preparation, and not, sort of preparation in a more of a broad sense, involving practice and lots of rounds downrange, but also preparation immediately during the stage of a match. You'll notice that better shooters tend to take time on their setup. So when they step to the line, they will take their time. So when the range officer asks them, "Is the shooter ready?" they'll often say no. They don't allow themselves to be rushed. They really evaluate the stage and make a plan and try to stick with it. So let's go through a little bit of that I think is useful. And this is something that I'm trying to really concentrate on doing. Let's just talk about the pistol. So the first command is usually when you step to the line at IDPA or most other kinds of shooting is load and make ready. Which let's just go through this firearm right now. It's nothing in the magazine. There's nothing in the chamber. Point in a safe direction. We pull the trigger. That's a Colt 70 series, 1911, and I'm using it for demonstration purposes. So you step to the line. Your gun is holstered. Your magazine is in a magazine carrier in your pocket. And the first command is load and make ready. You draw your firearm. Keep it pointed in a safe direction. You get your magazine, insert your magazine, and rack one in. There's nothing in here right now, right? And you put it on safe if there's a safety, and you holster. So this would be holstered now, yeah? So that's load and make ready. Then what a better shooter will do is sort of after you seat the magazine, you rack it back, right? Believe it or not, there's a chance that you may have not chambered a round. A better shooter will check that by doing a press check. So that's the first thing. Press check your firearm. And you can just turn it over, draw back the slide a little bit, and visually check to see if there is a round in the chamber. Now, when you do this, finger off the trigger, okay? And you can press check it here too, whatever works for you, okay? Safety on in the case of a 1911 holster, right? So that press checking really can save your ass, because if you shoot enough, you'll have to admit that once in a while you'll seat a magazine and rack back the slide, and you think you've chambered a round, but in fact you did not chamber a round for whatever reason. I don't even care what the reason is. It doesn't matter. You just didn't, and that's what's important. So if the buzzer goes off, the sound of the beep, you don't have a round chambered, you're already down some time. Could be a few seconds, depending on how fast you figure out what the hell happened. Press checking, making sure your firearm's actually ready to go. The second aspect of this is you're going to, in a sport where you wear a concealment vest, make sure that is sort of situated on your body in a way that's going to facilitate you making a fast draw that your fast as your ability will allow. Okay. But before you even do that, it's a matter of really planning out the stage. On an IDPA, on a 1911 in custom defensive pistol for IDPA, you're going to have a magazine of, let's say, 8 plus 1 in the chamber, 9 rounds, right? That means after the 9th shot, you're going to run out of bullets, and you need to reload. And you need to really, you really need to sort of plan your stage at that point, how that's going to actually work for you. So let's say I have 3 targets here, just for the sake of argument, that I have actually a something set up like a steel target that's going to activate a swinging target, right? I have 9 shots. So if I start shooting through this string, I need 2 shots, best 2 shots on paper. 2, 2, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. Now this is a swinger. I'll get 9, but then I'll, so let's say it's a disappearing swinging target. My 9th shot, then I got to reload. I'm going to not make that shot, that second shot. 2, 4, 6, 8, right? These are all hit, gone. This one starts to swing and is eventually going to disappear behind a piece of cover. So these are typically actually set up like that, right? You hit a popper, it activates something, goes down. This thing will swing out. You probably can't see what I'm doing here because I'm stupid. It'll swing out. You need to shoot it, and then it'll hide. But you need to put 2 rounds in it. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't count your rounds or plan how to shoot that stage, you will not do so well. Really important. It's something I really need to work on. That and a million other things. But it's fucking battery. Something like that, right? So, the way to approach this is to say, well, I have a minimum of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 rounds. Maybe I shoot 2, 4, 6, do a tactical reload, and then I'll have enough to knock down this popper that'll activate the swing target, and I can put 2 rounds in each with ammo to spare. It sounds really simple. I can tell you and in principle it certainly is simple. This isn't brain surgery. But my tendency is when the buzzer goes off, I like to spray rounds downrange, and no, I don't really care if it's a no-hit target, whatever. They shouldn't be standing there anyway. Just kidding. You need to make those plans so you don't have problems. You don't get failure to neutralize or a down 5 because you didn't shoot all your targets. So I think the better shooters prepare, sort of by dedicating themselves to the sport, spending a lot of time at the range, practicing sort of one thing at a time. So maybe you want to practice just accuracy, or practice reloads, or practice drawing from a holster, or transitioning between targets, whatever you want to practice. It's up to you, right? They also spend some considerable time, and I think this is really important, during a match or during a shoot, to make sure they are prepared. Thinking out your shots, when you're going to need to reload, what your targets are actually going to be, how they'll appear, practicing your movements. If you need to move from here to here, what's the most efficient way to do that? There might be an obstacle or a barrier between the 2 points. And I think those are the things to really think about when you're preparing for a match, for any kind of action pistol. And I would strongly urge you to if you are interested in using a pistol for defense, to seriously think about getting involved in one of the action pistol sports like IDPA, USPSA, whatever makes you, GSSF, whatever particularly interests you. Because for self-defense, if you go to a conventional range where you have a paper target on a carrier and you can't draw from a holster and you can't rapid fire, you can't practice reloads, you're pretty much limited. And if you can just ask anybody that's done it. If you get to a range or you get to a situation where you have an opportunity, like where you show up at an IDPA match or a club, these are just club matches often, you'll see pretty quickly how much more difficult it is to do it smoothly and efficiently and get rounds on target. So I encourage you to do that. All right, that's pretty much it. Talk to you later.